Hello everybody, I'm Evelyn Henry of TaxPlus, and today I want to talk to you about the business use of your home. Many of you are familiar with this deduction, but I just wanted to go over some of the requirements and the expenses. In order for you to claim the expenses for the business use of your home, you must use that space exclusively and regularly for your business. And when I say space, that can be a room, an area. It just has to be identifiable, an identifiable space in your home that you use for business. And exclusively refers to that you use that space or room only for business. If you use that space for personal and business use, then you cannot take a deduction because you can't accurately calculate the business use. Regularly refers to that is your principal place of business. There is no other place where you go and conduct your business. So that's what regularly refers to. There are exceptions to the exclusivity rule, and that's if you use the space for storing inventory or product samples, or for those that use it for a child care facility. And in that case, you would also have to enter in the number of hours that you use it as a child care, and that is calculated into the whole business use percentage. Now there are direct expenses and indirect expenses. Direct expenses apply directly to that room or space that you're using for business. And that can include if you had to paint that room, if you had to carpet that room, if you had to put in an extra outlet for that room, if you had to repair a broken window in that room, just to name a few. And those are directly attributed to that room and would be deductible. Also, the indirect expenses which apply to the entire home. Those are gas, electricity, mortgage interest payments, real estate tax, insurance, and those apply to the entire home, but you can also take a deduction for the portion of those expenses. And the way that's calculated is either by using the square footage of the home and the square footage of the area or room, or by the total number of rooms in the home and the rooms used for business. For example, if I have a 5-bedroom home and I use 1 bedroom for business, then those indirect expenses will be calculated as 1/5 of the total expenses of the home. And any software that you use for tax preparation, or if someone prepares a tax for you, they'll be able to break it up and calculate the 1/5, as in my example, once you give them those numbers. And that's when keeping good records come in. Now, you'll hear me mention this, every time, because it is so important to keep accurate records and track of those expenses, because those deductions are saving you money. I have some people who say when it's time to calculate their expenses, they say, oh, it's about $50 or $60 a month. But that is not an accurate calculation, because maybe one month it was $150. Maybe in the summer months, it's more. And it is so important to keep an accurate record just to make sure that you are getting every single deduction that you're entitled to. It's time to be proactive. And it's really simple. You may not think it's simple. What I just use a spreadsheet. I use Excel. I set up a spreadsheet, one spreadsheet that I use over and over again. I just list all of my expenses, and every month I just go in and enter the amount that I pay, and it'll even total it for me. So it's just that simple. You just save it and you use it over and over. And that's really important when it comes to the 8829, which is the business use of your home form, because the IRS pays special attention to this deduction because they know there is potential for error and miscalculation. So it is very important. And something else to mention is that you don't have to be a homeowner to take this deduction. If you are a renter, then the rent that you pay is also an indirect expense, and you are eligible to claim a percentage of that as the business use of your home. So just to recap, remember, you have to have a space or area that's identifiable. It can be a room or just an area that is set aside. It doesn't have to have a permanent partition. And it has to be used exclusively and regularly for the business. meaning that you don't use it for personal use and that there's no other place where you can conduct your business. And also that you can claim direct expenses that apply directly to that room, and also indirect expenses that are attributed to the entire home. Just have all your information ready, and to make it a seamless and quick tax preparation. And I think that's it for right now. I hope this information was helpful to you. I invite you to take a look at our website at TaxPlus1040.com, where we have a small business section with information, and I will be updating that information as I get updated information from the IRS as we get closer to the tax season. And again, my name is Evelyn Henry. Until next week, bye-bye.